I think we have to go inside there, and I point up the steps.
Okay. Past all of those graves and all of those steps into that. Is that, and I'm curious if I can do any sort of a history check. Do I recognize any of the symbols on these graves? Do we know if it's a any kind of temple or church in particular, or do we know anything about the name of this place?
Yeah, why don't you do a history check for me?
15.
15. Okay, so looking up at this temple, this temple in front of you, it's made of stone, and it is definitely old, but not super, super old, like it was built in the last 100 years. And it seems to be a temple of protection, that they're protecting the Dusk Mountains somehow. You see a symbol along the top that says protectors of the mountain temple. And these tombstones that you see on either side are really decrepit, some very, very old, over 1,000 years old, and others are much newer. But there is many, 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 many generations that lay in this cemetery.
Friends, it seems that the cemetery is much older than the temple itself. This could be a temple that was built on sacred grounds from as many as 1,000 years ago. By all investigation, I would suggest that this is a place of safety, or at least a place to pray for safety and protect these beautiful mountains that surround us.
Will you do another investigation check for me, please? Gibbous?
16.
16. Okay, so as you continue to look up the mountain towards this temple, a little bit of the fog clears from the mountain range behind it, and you can almost make out deep, deep in the distance, up one of the mountains, a big opening of a cave.
There! Billy! Vivek, do you see? There's an opening in the mountains. It could be a cave. It might be a shadow, but it looks to me that it could be a cave. An entry.
No, I see it.
Yeah. Just like, does this sort of match up with the cave from my vision?
Like, it's about the same type of material that would be, yes.
So we have to go in there.
Yeah.
I have to get there.
I bet the portal's on the other side of that thing.
How do we get there?
I do have a phantom steed. Just saying.
Well, that's new? When did that happen?
Look, I don't tell you guys everything.
Okay, wait. Can we, is there a path leading up there, or is it just up the cliff?
It's like, it's way, way up there. It seems that like it would take at least a day for you to travel there, and you can't see a clear path there, but it's very...
After all this time, I should have learned Phantom Billy Goat. Phantom Steed is not going to do us any good. I can't possibly get up there, not in the kind of time we have.
Okay. So.
I mean, it's not like we have anywhere to go after this, but like, we could just take a rest here for a little, like take a night and then like start up there next day.
Well, I think if we're gonna take a rest and stay, we should go inside the protection temple and away from where the specters are and everything like that.
I like that plan. Let's go inside of this temple first if we're gonna take a rest.
All right.
So you start to make your way. Oh, thank you.
I can move myself.
Yes, you can move yourselves. Okay, so you start to make your way up the steps of the temple. And as you go up these steps, you feel the sense of being watched even more. And you look around to these graves, and it gets colder as you walk up the steps. And the snow that was seemingly floating into midair and hanging now feels as if it is moving upwards, as if the snow is lifting up from the ground and moving towards the sky. You can see all of the plants are encased in sheets of ice, as if they've been encapsulated within them. Everything is just covered in ice. You slip a little bit as you walk up the steps.
Oh, Gibbs!
Ouch.
Any of you seen any one of them frost globes?
A frost globe? Yeah, I've heard of those. They're a future technology.
Yeah, there's little scenes in them, and then there's like water and like fake like blizzards and such.
I get the gist, yeah.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of that. Like, turned upside down.
I think we're inside a big one.
Yeah. Like this whole town is just kind of encapsulated in it.
So, as you step into this old temple, it's made of stone. It's pretty simple. There's, not very much. It's not very ornate or anything. There are some stained glass windows, a little bit broken and kind of dusty. There's an altar at the front.
Do I recognize these stained glass windows as telling us any story in particular, or are they depictions of the environment, the natural world where this temple is built?
Do you want to do an investigation check?
Yeah, I do want to do I want to do a history check, that kind.
Okay. Right.
15 plus 5 is 20. I feel very confident when I'm looking at these stained glass pieces, as if I might understand them.
Yes. So as you look up at these stained glass windows, you can see these giant humanoid creatures, these big giants descendant from Dragonborn, and they are walking up into the Dusk Mountains. And in this mountain temple, which is not this temple, but something similar, you can see that they are all bowing, they are all revering some deity.
Oh, friends, this is quite a thing. The temple here is not the only temple in this area. There may be one further up in the mountains where it looks that the descendants perhaps of Dragonborn or their kin would consider it a place of reverence and honor.
Who's the deity?
Who is the deity? I'm not so strong in religion, but I could try to make it out if there are any symbols I recognize.
It's not my thing.
Any of you, Billy, I don't remember if you're a religious friend or not.
I am not, and I also don't have as much fancy book learning as you.
All right, I'm going for it. Let's see.
Check.
A natural 20.
A natural 20. Okay.
I like this die.
So you recognize where all of these giant humanoid creatures are bowing down to. You recognize this is the deity of death. They are honoring death.
Friends, I got some good news and I got some bad news. Good news is I know what this is. The bad news is it's definitely death. They are definitely honoring and praying to death, which in my experience is one of two things, either inevitable or something you try your absolute darndest to stare away from. I don't know if this is about sacrifice. I don't know if this is about personal death. I don't know if this is about the death of all people or all entities in this realm, but I'm telling you, this is a temple giving reverence to death.
Gibbous, what languages do you speak?
I speak Elvish and Common. as many
The
elves.
rest of you speak.
Common and halfling.
I speak Common, Druidic, Elvish, and Draconic.
Ah, okay. So, Vimic, you look close at the stained glass up above you, and you're able to make out in ancient Draconic a sentence. It says, "Time is a sacred phenomenon, and death is a gift, ending one cycle to begin another."
I kind of read it out loud. I mean, I think I see what they mean.
I mean, the way I see it, it's when you gotta go, you gotta go. When it's your time, it happens to all of us. I mean, I can do the thing where I can kind of speak with the dead, and you guys have got your sort of quirks with we've experienced a lot of weird things. We know that death isn't always exactly final, but that it should be a lot of times. The things that we run into, like with the horror situation, they're not happy being around forever. Death is a gift. I'm sure, it can't be fun for you, Gibbs. When all your human friends die out early and...
Remind me what was our goal in coming here?
Well,
let me check my notes. According to my notes, we were pursuing the entity by virtue of following butterflies, which we have successfully done, found this place, and it seems that the mother is trying to contact her children so that they would not follow her into danger, or was it that they would stay somewhere in safety? I can't remember.
No, yes. I don't remember either, but what I meant was, why did we come to this village in the first place?
It's the artifact! We're looking for the artifact!
Artifact. That's what it is. There it is. Okay.
I was hoping you'd get there on your own, boy.
Thank you. Okay, yeah. So you said there was an altar in this room, right?
Yes.
I'm going to go look at the altar.
Okay. So you come up to the altar, and it's made out of stone, and it's a very big, big altar. And on the altar, you see a butterfly's cocoon. And the cocoon is kind of shaking a little bit. And if you look closely, you can see that there is a butterfly inside of this cocoon. And it's stuck. It can't get out. It's struggling. And then you feel this energy of the blue luminescent just start to cloud your vision a little bit. And then right up next to you, you could literally feel him by your side. This young boy, also wrapped in scarves similar to you, comes out next to you with a knife and goes to try and cut the butterfly out of its cocoon. And then you hear a little sound of that girl, "Help me." And a giant figure comes and grabs the cocoon and pulls it out. And your vision ends.
Was that just me? Or did you see that?
Vimic, what's going on with you? You look like you've seen some ridiculous ghost or some horrible vision.
I explained the vision to them. And there was a lot.
Has anybody touched anything?
No.
You're all keeping your hands to yourself.
As I'm sitting there trying to figure it out, I just lean both my hands on the altar.
Okay. As you do that, everything starts to rumble around you. And it's almost as if the walls are starting to break down. And all of a sudden, each of you looks forward towards the altar. And this is what you see.
Oh, good. Does it look like, so it looks like there's a girl floating in this portal,
There's
right?
a girl floating in that. There's a girl floating in that.
Par for the course.
Does it look, oh, go ahead.
No, you go.
Does it look like the girl from the little girl, the like silhouette that I talked to? Does it look like it could be the same girl?
It does.
Okay, I think that's the girl we gotta help. She's in that portal there.
How are we going to get her out?
I have a really direct idea.
Let's hear it.
And how far away am I from that?
You are just 2 steps down.
Okay, great. So I'm within 30 feet, say?
Mm-hmm.
So I put up my hand, I rear back, and a vine comes out of the center of my hand, and I just shoot this vine whip that wraps around her, and I'm going to try and pull her out of the portal.
Oh. Okay. So as you whip your vine through this vision around the little girl, and you start to try and pull her, as you pull her out, it seems as if she begins to disappear.
Oh.
And all of a sudden, this young boy, the same one that you just saw in your vision, runs forward and shoves her back into this portal and turns around and looks at you right in the eye and says, "You."
Me.
You.
Him?
Not us.
I'm trying to. I think this is your sister. I'm trying to help her.
We don't even know him.
Okay. As you try, as this boy just stares daggers into you, the portal, it becomes as if it's there's some kind of mirror, and from the opposite side of the mirror, you see this white figure, this white veiled figure that you recognize from your visions as the prophet, standing just on the other side of this portal, holding on to the young girl's body.
Oh, you're the little boy that doesn't know what you're doing! Keep pulling, V!
I start pulling again.
Yeah.
And as you pull, the boy comes to you, and he reaches his arm out, and you feel this shock of electricity, and all of a sudden, vision disappears, and you're back inside of the temple. Something that you did notice, Vimic, that this little boy was holding some kind of an artifact, some long, looks like a wand.
Okay.
With a single claw.
I'm gonna go on a limb here. The kid was holding the stick thing that had like a claw at the end of it. You all saw that, right? That's not just me. I can't tell what I'm seeing. And yeah, and when she was holding this, we got to find him and rescue the girl. But we got to find him if we want the artifact.
Yeah, the Eulogy of Mortals. Looking at the altar, does it look like it held anything before? Are there sort of like dust patterns or indentations?
It looks like it had some big metal like tomes that probably had some big metal tomes, and there are indentations in the stone, and you can't read the language that it's in. But the only thing you can read, Gibbous, is it says protector.
This clearly says protector, but it's written in larger letters. It's in all caps. It says protection.
So there's indentations for books?
Yeah, from a large tome that was been taken away.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta find that little kid.
Is there anywhere to go from the room we're in the temple? Are there any other doors besides the one we walked into?
I want to sort of investigate the temple.
Okay.
Like, looking for any passages or artifacts or things of importance, things of note.
The temple is definitely has a lot of arcane imagery. This seems to be a temple of protectors of this Dusk Mountain temple. They have been set here to protect whatever was inside of the Dusk Mountain temple. But it's pretty simple. I mean, there's not much to it. It looks much bigger on the outside than it is on the inside.
Okay, wait a minute.
Well,
what if there's a secret door? I'm going to start looking for secret doors or things like that could be somewhere where it looks like maybe there's scratches on the ground for something moves or something.
So, this temple must have been protecting the portal in the mountains. Because the prophet cracked open the portal deep within the mountains to the ethereal plane. And that's where he stole the artifact.
Right. I rolled a total of 20 on my investigation check for any secret doors.
Okay.
Not a natural 20, just a total of 20.
All right. So you're fingering around trying to find some little piece that might push out of the wall or something that will reveal its secret to you. And in the upper left corner, there is a strange little indentation in the wall. And so you start pressing your fingers up against and trying to get up and in and trying to wedge it. And you can feel that there's some space, there's some kind of separation, but you can't quite open it.
Huh. I think I found there's a thing here. There's like a gap here that I don't know if it opens. It's weird, and I'm trying to figure it out.
Does it seem like something we might be able to pry open?
Maybe.
It's in there?
Did any from that place seem like tomes, or are they just like leather journals? Ah, wait. We have the key.
Oh!
The key! The key!
Get the key. And
Who's got the key? Billy's got the key.
Boy, if I had a silver piece for every time we forgot we picked up a goddamn key in town.
Just give me that key.
Put the key in, put the key
guys, I
in.
hand over the key.
And I try and find a place for the key to unlock.
Okay. So you are looking desperately around for some little and then in the lower corner, almost as if it's just like a piece of stone that's missing, you find this little strangely shaped hole.
Stick the key inside.
You know, next time we just got to write it on our hands. One of us got to write it on our hands or do some sort of a message. And
you know what's awkward, guys? I actually did have that written on my hand. I'm sorry.
Next time, piece of string around the finger, too. To remind you, you've got it on the hand. You got to be organized about this.
So the wall starts to push back. You can hear a unlock sound. And this is a heavy, heavy door, but you're able to kind of slide it to the side just a tiny bit. It's almost as if something is stopping it from moving on the other side. And you're able, probably enough space for you to squeeze through if you made yourself real alive.
Billy, you want to squeeze through there and see what's on the other side? I mean, it just makes sense.
One of these days, we're going to do a thing where being big is going to be the risky thing.
Yeah, okay, fine. One of those days, but today is not that day.
And you'll see. So Billy, sort of squeezes through. I just, squeeze through.
Okay, once you get to the other side, it just smells super musty. And it also has this thick, humid air.
Oh, God. Deeply uncomfortable over here.
Does anybody follow?
Well, I guess this one shouldn't die, so I'm going to squeeze through.
You could fit through there the entire time?
No, it's just easier for you to get through.
All right, so as you step through this little crack, you are hit in the face with this hot, muggy, damp air that just feels old, very, very old, but you can't see anything. It's total darkness in front of you.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'll reach in my pack and I'll bring out a torch and I'll light the torch.
You illuminate the space. You are in what looks to be the beginning of a cave. Pretty low ceiling rock, exposed rock. And then as you step forward, you can step into some water. The place is a little flooded.
Maybe this will lead us to where we need to go up on the mountain, up there.
Does it look like the same colored stone walls as the cave in the middle? Okay.
It does.
All right.
You feel as if you've already been here before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boy.
Let's get going.
You
Give us
guys
fun.
want me to come with you, or should I hang out here and get the snack?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Come with us.
This hot air makes it feel as almost as if you cannot breathe. And there's something kind of nauseating about the smell. It smells dead, old, and damp. Do you continue down?
Continue down, yeah.
All right. So with each step, you're stepping in big, big pools of water.
I have a torch, and I use like flint and I light it, hold it.
So because you're in such a small space, the heat from your torch almost burns your face. There's no air in here. But far in the distance, you could start to see the glowing blue light.
I think we need to go that way.
Yeah. Go towards the moonlight. This is a good sign and makes me feel more comfortable.
Okay.
As we inch towards this moonlight, I conjure up some strength in myself to find a shadow blade, just in case there be some enemy up ahead. I need to weaponize myself, and I grab little pieces of shadow and the darkness and weave them together to form a small blade that I keep right next to me in case I should need to wield some psychic damage.
So you follow this blue luminous light, almost a glowing turquoise, and as you get closer to it, it gets brighter and brighter. You come through the tunnel and you find what must be thousands of butterflies. These magnificent glowing butterflies just circling around you, almost a little intimidating, but they are a force. And the smell of incense and amber just is intoxicating, just almost burning your nostrils. It's a sensory overload.
Wow.
Whoa.
Okay. All right.
Floor is all of the blue dust from each of these butterflies. And then, almost magically, the dust starts to lift up, and it forms a silhouette of a little girl. She stands before you. For the first time, you can all see her.
Hi. Hey. Are you I don't know. What do we need to do to help you?
You shouldn't be here.
I thought we were supposed to follow the butterflies.
This place is dangerous.
Yeah, well,
It finds you.
Well, little girl, it's your lucky day. We are intrepid adventurers, name pending, and we are here to help.
Help. How can you help?
Why, we've got the know-how, we got the brains,
We got illusions, we got minor illusions, we got major illusions. I got a phantom steed if you want to see it.
I thought I could trust you, but then you took my mother's things.
Oh, no, we have them right here if you want them.
They were sacred.
We brought them for you. Billy, show.
Yeah, I mean, what would you like us to do? And then we can return them back to her house, or we can leave it here with you.
The deed is already done.
Oh, well, we messed up. I'm sorry. I didn't know. We thought we might need them to try and figure out what was happening. We didn't mean to steal your stuff. It wasn't on purpose.
He's waiting by the portal. He doesn't know how to close it. I'm trying to help him, but he won't listen to me.
Does your brother have the relic?
And when you say relic, all of a sudden this little girl's eyes flash and she becomes really suspicious and disappears.
She's not helpful.
Kids, something.
But I think if we keep going this way, we'll get to the kid in the portal, and maybe we can do something.
I think you're right.
We must press on.
Yes.
So you press on through this butterfly flock.
And I just say, hey, I don't know, you might be gone, you might be here. We're trying to help. We're going to go try and help your brother by... And I keep going.
Exactly. So as you move on, you just feel this sense of guilt. You shouldn't have touched her stuff.
Yeah.
But you are pressed on, knowing that your intentions overall are good and to help her. So you come through the caves.
I mean, to be fair, they weren't hidden that well.
Yeah, and
just in a trunk.
We were supposed to be like, we followed the butterflies and the laughter into the room, and how are we supposed to solve the mystery without any of the items?
Yeah, and then we had the key.
We were supposed to read them all just right there. We were hoping to go through them and find out stuff that's useful.
And we're not a charity. I mean, honestly, we need something's got to be in it for us. We're adventurers after all. So I don't think she's going to hold it against us in the long run. But we do have to help with this portal, because if we don't solve that, she's going to get hung up on us messing with the trunk full of her mom's stuff.
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay, yeah. So, actually, let's keep going. Let's figure this out.
Okay. As you move through the caves, it's pretty low. There are certain spots where you have to duck down, even sometimes crawl through, because caves are just of varying sizes. And will somebody roll a perception check?
Shouldn't be me.
16.
Natural 20.
Ooh, okay. So as you're moving through one of these parts of the caves, both Billy and Vimic look to the sides of the caves, and you see what look to be spider webs, this beautiful silk of a spider web. And they're increasing as you continue down this path. There's more and more, and then you see these deep cavities on either side of the cave, going deep, big ones.
Gibbs, I don't want you to freak out.
What's up?
You know how we've been working in your sessions on your arachnophobia?
Yeah, my acute and particular fear of spiders, which cannot be overcome by anything other than screaming?
That's exactly the one. Well, there is some evidence that there may be some creatures maybe related to the Arthropida family. Maybe. It's no. Okay, okay. Like, do your countdown. Yeah, there you go. Okay, all right. Or that works too. Good.
And almost as if on cue, you realize that you are right in the center of a giant spider swarm. You step into the spider webs. It is in your hair. It is in your mouth. You are almost stuck in place.
You know what? They say that immersion therapy is sometimes the quickest and most efficient way to cure yourself of your phobias.
I'm slashing around with this shadow blade.
This is like 5 months of therapy, just all in one go.
All right, let's roll initiative.
Natural 20. So 24.
14.
12.
Hey, why am I so fast?
Billy, you are first. You are stuck in this spider web to the point where you can barely move because you're so little compared to this spider web.
She's like windmilling in place. But she ends up, she's like, knock knock. She calls out to the nearest one, knock knock. Who's there? Interrupted cow. Interrupted cow who? And then, shit, I should have told the one where I have to interrupt myself. Did it still work? And I cast hideous laughter. So, so it's like a creature it perceives everything as hilariously funny and falls into fits of laughter if the spell affects it. So it must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or fall prone, become incapacitated and unable to stand up.
Laughing spiders. All right, so a wisdom saving throw.
15. Gotta make 15.
18.
It was a real bad joke this time, but next time the next one's gonna be great.
So as you start to rage against this spider web, a whole swarm of little spiders being alerted to a piece of prey in their web start to descend upon you. And when they do, they bite. And their bite stings real bad. And they're going to bite you, Billy. They're gonna bite you with a big force. What's your armor class again?
14.
Ooh, okay. So they go to bite you, but for some reason, you are immune to these spider bites. You do not feel them at all, but you do have them all crawling around you and they want to like go inside of your mouth and just, you're covered in them, but their bites are not hitting you. Vimic, what do you do?
So the spiders are all over Billy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I don't want to hurt Billy. Okay. So, this. And I'm going to, I put my fist on the palm of my hand, and when I do, I pull them apart, and a flame blade goes out of my hands. And I'm going to then go over to Billy and, like, run it along her to just kind of burn the spiders off of her.
Ooh, and it works. That you hear these little as the spiders die and just writhe in the fire and fall to the ground.
Kill him with fire! Kill him with fire! Blah!
Okay.
Thank you.
Gibbous, what do you do?
Are the spiders with the fire far enough away from Billy that I would be able to isolate them as a target, or is Billy still covered in spiders?
A whole bunch of the spiders, the swarm has diminished greatly. There's only probably a quarter left as all of its brethren sit scorched on the ground.
I can't stand these spiders, so the only thing I can think to do at a time like this is to rub my hands together fiercely so that they start to change color, first getting red and then orange, and then into brighter and brighter colors as I cast color spray. And I'm going to add up, I'm going to add 6d10, so I've got 12, 17, 17, 26, and 35 HP worth of these spiders are blinded by my color spray.
You can always hear them crying out for their mother. Speaking of...
Oh, no.
A giant leg comes out from in the cave. You can see these big hairs coming out of the legs as it slowly walks over to you. It is huge. You have never seen a spider like this. It is taller than each and every one of you. It takes up the entire width of this cave. And it shows its ugly mouth and it leashes towards you, Gibbous, because you've been casting out this beautiful color, and it bites, and it goes to bite you, and let's see if it succeeds. 14, and it hits. It hits. You have to do a Constitution saving throw. Have to make past 11.
Oh, I have very low Constitution, -1. No. I have, and I've rolled a 7, so that's a 6.
Okay. As this spider bites into your arm, you can feel the poison begin to seep through, and you are going to take. You're going to take. You're going to take 8 poison damage.
8?
8.
Oh, I am halved at best. Oh. I feel so.
You can feel your body start to weaken as the poison rushes through you. And then the spider turns and puts its attention towards Vimic with his flaming sword.
I'm sorry. All right.
And then it would be Billy's turn.
Let's see. Oh God, this is bad. This is bad. Okay. As a bonus action, I'm gonna use Bardic Inspiration, and I'm like, come on, boys, we can do this. And so each of you gains an inspiration die of 1d8 to add to any roll.
Yeah. Okay.
And you can add it like before knowing the outcome, after seeing the roll, but before knowing the outcome. So can I move at all still, or am I still?
Yeah. You most of this, you just have like little tiny ones left on you, but you're out of the. Vimic has released you from the spider web.
Okay. I'm gonna cast. I'm gonna pat Gibbs on the back, and it's okay.
Oh, fucking ow.
So you heal 15 points.
Oh,
It's okay. It's okay. You're gonna be okay.
I feel hyped with recovering those 15 points. I am more powerful than I have ever been. I'm fucking like I've had some sort of like cocktail of vitamins and minerals.
All right, remember your countdown. You got this. You're not scared of the spiders. They do not own your life.
Yeah.
You do.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah, that's the spirit.
Okay, Vimic, it's your turn. You're up.
Is there are we still enclosed in the cave, or is there any, can I see any sky or anything? Is there any like?
So you're in the cave, right in the middle of it. If you passed where the giant spider is, you can see that the cave continues and there's a little beam of light coming down.
But but not over the spider. Okay, so I can't do that. That's fine. That's fine. I needed to be able to see the sky for that. So I am going to then, I will head over towards the spider, and I'm gonna attack it with my flame sword. That's 24 to hit.
Ooh, okay. That hits.
I do 12 points of fire damage to the spider.
All right.
To strike.
It hisses back at you, and one of its legs feels like it's broken, and it looks at you, and it grabs you, tries to reach out and grab you with its leg, but it misses a little bit. But it is fucking pissed. And so, Gibbous, what do?
I'm fucking so hyped right now. I've got the bardic inspiration flowing through my veins in a way I haven't felt since I was a mere boy back at school, learning about all of these illusions. And then, the thing you guys thought was only a tape measure, my nerdy little contraption is unfolded like a long string. You notice that it comes open like a Jacob's ladder made of fabric and metal, and it is in fact a war ribbon that I sling out past this leg that has come from my friend, and it goes to wrap around and do some slashing damage to one of these legs. Very good.
All right.
I roll a natural 20, so I think I'll hit. And
Yes.
it is 1d3, so half of this d6, 5. It's 2.5 slashing damage. Round it up, please.
2.5? Okay.
I'll take 3.
All right.
Because he did it with such gusto. I'm just freaking out about it, and I latch it around one of those legs, and I pull it, slash it. Hopefully this is now a septiped.
Yes. So one of its legs is so crushed from Vimic, and then another one of his legs is the tip of it gets cut off by Gibbus's war ribbon, and it hisses and jumps out, expanding the rest of its legs, and lands on top of Vimic and takes a big bite, trying to inject you with as much poison as possible.
No.
Not that one. I didn't want to press that button. Okay. And it launches out, and so it tries desperately to bite you, but because it's so disoriented, it ends up just biting the air, and you can feel the bits of moisture just dripping by either side of your face as the poison barely misses you.
V, remember the story. You know your cousin Marius, the great epic hero? Remember how he went into that dragon's lair and he single-handedly defeated that beast, and he won't stop talking about it every time you get together for the feast of winter?
Right.
Well, for once in your life, let that inspire you. Then we can tell our own tale at the feast and show that bastard up. And in remembering this, I tell you this tale, and you are gaining 10 temporary hit points.
Right, and it's your turn to go.
And also, the bonus action, I drop the torch that I have in my hand into the web.
Into the flooded water?
Into the web.
Oh, okay, into the web. The web starts to crisp and burn as it touches the fire. Vimic, how do you use this inspiration against this giant spider?
So it's on top of me, I'm wrestling with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the flaming sword, and I'm just going to, all my strength, and I'm going to try and plunge it into the bottom of the spider and rip down with the flames and try and just open it up. Natural 20.
Ooh, okay, so your sword shoots through the spider and just like butter cuts it in half. You are covered in spider goop, and the entire thing just collapses on top of you, having some extra little movements, but it is dead, and you are coated in spider guts.
Yeah, I really, thanks. I don't like that guy.
Defeated.
You know, he always makes me mad, and I just thank you. I appreciate it. That was helpful.
I'd like to see your dad, harangue you about your job now. That was pretty epic.
All right, you know what? I want to get this done. Let's get out of here. Let's go get this thing and leave. I'm done with this place.
Yeah, this sucks. This sucks. How you doing, Gibbs?
With great relief, I cast silently, muttering to myself, silence, a 20-foot sphere of silence around me so that I have permission to scream, and I do, and it sounds like this.
Yeah. Gibbs, okay. Okay, we'll just...
Let's continue.
Okay, let's go.
Right. You were a very brave boy, Gibbs.
Thank you.
Very brave. So you continue down the cave towards this beam of light, and you see the snow falling into the cave, and when you look up, you can see the sky for the first time. And it's not too high up. You could definitely climb up.
Okay. Let's go. Here. I'm going to start, helping people climb.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
And then I'll start climbing up.
Right. And as you reach the top, you look around and you realize you've made it pretty far into the Dusk Mountains, and you are very close to this cave opening. But just as you turn around and look at the cave, you hear splintering around you, and the trees start to move, and these creatures seem to detach themselves from the bark and surround you. You are surrounded by dryads. They are covered in bark. They are almost very beautiful. And there's one old one that comes and steps out in front of you.
Hello? Hi?
Greetings. We come here in peace. We mean no harm. We are attempting to save this town.
I am the protector of these here Dusk Mountains. I hear the child Agatha has come to you in a vision.
Yes, gonna be completely honest with you here. We made a mistake. We were trying to solve the mystery, figure out what happened to her and her family. We removed some of the books that we thought might be helpful in that, and she did not like that. We missed our window to return it. We plan to on our way back out, but for now, we just gotta get to that portal. We gotta take care of that prophet.
No one shall enter the portal. The portal in the mountain temple has been protected for centuries. Only the evil prophet broke in.
And we seek to put him back where he came from. We seek to return the staff. You're from nature. You are of the land. You understand that death is an inevitability. It is something to be revered and held sacred. This prophet did not do that. He stole the artifact, used it to create this unnatural state that you see. We seek to restore the balance. Help us, help you.
You speak with beautiful words, yet I can see that you might not be who you say you are. How are we to trust that you are not going to use the Eulogy of Mortals for evil?
I am also of...
The land.
I also work with the land. And I just open my hands and plants go and fill my palms. I'm seeking to put this right.
Aren't we all? Well, it seems your path ends here tonight, for you have not yet proven yourselves. But perhaps one day you might be the ones to end this and seal the prophet back into the portal and return the Eulogy of Mortals to its rightful resting place. And just like that, they all disappear.
What?
And you're left with this cold feeling, something unfinished. You're so close you could see it, but today is not that day. The Eulogy of Mortals still resides in the mortal plane, waiting to be returned.
Thank you. That was cool.
Oh my gosh, that was so fun! I can't believe that was your first session as a GM.
Thank you.
That was really great.
Thank you so much for playing with me.
Yeah.
This story itself is much bigger than, the 2 hours. So if you guys are interested in the future in finishing the story, there is more.
Absolutely. No, I'd be 100% willing to play more. That was fun. I like these characters. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I really liked our characters. Like, we built up this great dynamic by the end.
Yeah.
I know.
Thank you. I appreciate it. This is a lot of fun.
Okay.
So
ready?
Prepare to click stop recording in 3, 2, 1, cut.